Tonight, we're diving into 5 chilling paranormal moments caught on camera. Some filmed by accident, others by people who wish they'd never pressed record. These aren't your average ghost clips. These are encounters investigators still can't explain. This is DarkProofTV, and you're not ready for what's next. Number 1. The figure behind the door. Our first story comes from 2 urban explorers inside an abandoned elementary school that was shut down after several mysterious student disappearances. The building had been left untouched for years, dust on the floors, peeling paint, and a silence so thick you could feel it. As they walked down one of the hallways, everything looked empty. One explorer casually turned his camera past a classroom doorway. They didn't notice anything unusual at the time, but when reviewing the footage later, they saw a dark figure standing behind the door for a split second. When the video is slowed, the figure can be seen pulling back out of sight with a movement far too quick and sharp to be human. There's no sound, no footsteps, nothing that suggests a physical person was there. What disturbed investigators most came later. Fresh handprints were found on the inside of that same classroom door, a door that was locked from the outside and had been sealed for over a decade. Number 2. The cry from the basement. A homeowner began hearing crying coming from his basement every night at exactly 1:46 a.m. At first, he thought it might be pipes or an animal outside, but the sound repeated at the same time every night. Soft, muffled cries, like someone trying not to be heard. He finally recorded the audio. When he went downstairs the next night, the crying stopped immediately. But when he scanned the basement with his phone's light, he caught a small, pale shape slipping behind his water heater and disappearing. Experts argued over what it might have been, but the homeowner insisted it moved upright and far too quickly for an animal. The crying stopped the day he moved out. The new tenants reported the same sound, beginning their very first night in the house. Number 3. Mirror room incident. This next clip comes from a paranormal research student experimenting with mirror phenomena. He left a camera running overnight in front of a full-length mirror, expecting nothing more than hours of boring footage. But at 3:02 a.m., the mirror's reflection began moving slightly out of sync with the real room. The reflection lagged just for a moment. Then something even stranger happened. The reflection turned its head before the person in the room did. And according to the student, he wasn't even standing there. In the corner of the shot, you can actually see him asleep in a chair. He swears he never got up, never stood in front of the mirror, and no one else had access to the room. So whatever the mirror showed, it wasn't him. Number 4. Shadow in the woods. A hiker in a remote forest claimed he heard someone calling his name from deep in the trees. Thinking he'd come across another hiker or someone in trouble, he followed the sound. But the deeper he went, the more wrong it felt. The voice didn't sound panicked. It sounded calm, deliberate, almost playful. He scanned the trees and saw a tall, thin shadow standing still between the trunks. It wasn't shaped like any animal native to the area. And when park rangers checked later, they confirmed there hadn't been any other hikers in that section of the forest for miles. The hiker said the shadow didn't move normally. It seemed to stretch, then slip away, as if it melted into the darkness. He left the woods immediately and never returned to that trail. Number 5. The visitor on the stairs. A family noticed their dog refusing to go near the staircase in their home. Every night, around the same time, the dog would stand at the bottom step and growl, ears back, tail low, staring at the dark landing above. Concerned, they set up a camera to monitor the stairs overnight. What they captured was a faint, transparent figure, slowly making its way down the steps. It moved smoothly, almost floating. When it reached the bottom, it paused, then disappeared. Later, the family researched the home's history and discovered that the previous owner had died after falling down those very stairs. The time of death matched the exact minute the figure appeared. These 5 clips remain unexplained, and if even one of them is real, then we're not as alone as we think. For more paranormal breakdowns, more strange encounters, and more footage that pushes past what we understand, you know what to do. This is DarkProofTV. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay aware, and stay in the light.